Evet. Merhaba arkadaşlar. Yeni bir bölüme hoş geldiniz diyelim. Kaldığımız yerden devam edelim. İşin garibi nerede kaldığımı hatırlamıyorum. Yeni bir bölüm bu sanırım. Aynen yeni bir bölüm. Alçaklık. Alçak köpekler. Hainler. Öteki bölümde adamı yaktım ya biraz. Biraz yaktım herifi. Yani. Hiç uğraşmak istemedim. Kardeşim, delile göre hareket ediyoruz. 19 delilden 9 tanesini bulmuşum. Ben daha ne yapayım amına koyayım. Polis o kadarını bulamamış. Biraz da onlar çalışsın. Her şeyi ben düşüneceksem işimiz var.
And I'm going to stay with Miss Alice.
What?
Did you forget? Orson Wilde, you know, the star of American theatre. And he's visiting and staying with us. You did forget?
No, not that. I meant you wanting to stay with Miss Alice.
Yes, that's right. Miss Alice suggested it. She told me you couldn't possibly refuse.
Why don't you stay with Mrs. Hudson?
Oh, but Miss Caitlin has more in common with Miss Alice, and they get along so well.
Guess what, Mrs. Hudson? Mr. Wilde is here to study my father's character for his next play. And he won't be disappointed, will he? Father is so pig-headed.
I can't believe it! The great Sherlock Holmes standing in front of me! I'm sure that our two brains
Sen ne
will...
anlatıyorsun birader?
Brains.
Yani bir süzelim bakalım. Yine muhtemelen yanlış karar vereceğiz ama olsun. Bariz belli ya herif. Ben buradayım diye bağırıyor.
Mr. Wilde, your room.
Charming. This is such a fascinating city.
We need to talk.
I'd rather not. You're going to be angry again. Goodbye, Mr. Wilde.
Is it 5 o'clock already? I think I might go and ask Mrs. Hudson for some tea.
Sen ne anlatıyorsun abi? 30 yaşına ulaşmış Amerika tiyatro yıldızı Sherlock Holmes rolüne hazırlanmak için Londra'ya gelmiş. Bu çalışmaya muhtemelen önceden başlamış olacak ki Holmes ile aynı marka sigarayı içiyor. Orson narsist bir kişiliğe sahip ve modayı takip ediyor. Kendi yansımasına hayranlık duyuyor. Göğsündeki takı Amerikan olmakla gurur duyduğunu gösteriyor. Öğrenelim bakalım bu herif nedir? Benim adım alanda yenildim. Londra'ya söylemeye saygın adamların burada misafirlerin şeyin kendisine şöyle bir sürü plan saatimi olumsuzluğunu gösterdiniz. Sizi uyarmalıyım ki kocamın bağlantıları sayesinde beceriksizliğini görebilip birinin yüzüne çıkıyor. Ya siktir! Fiyatlarıyla tekabül ediyor. O tam da zaman terimlerini anlamak başarısı oldunuz. Bir daha parlak güzel gelecek yardımcı olduğu için sen de bir siktir oradan. İkinize de siktir diyorum kardeşim.
Ah, Wilde's already making himself at home. Wilde truly has a perfect disguise kit. Do actors really need all this? This must be grease paint. I use the same brushes for makeup. Face powder of an excellent quality.
I forgot my hat. Father?
I'm just checking,
You've got something on your face. Is it makeup?
it might be. Practicing my disguises, you know me.
Biz başımıza böyle olacak ama. Dur bakalım hayırlısı.
No, don't touch that!
Geri zekalı. Geri zekalı.
Ah, Mrs. Hudson, with our tea.
Not quite. We have a visitor. However, the lady is not so much angry as perplexed.
Good day to you, gentlemen. My name is Mary Sutherland. I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, because I would give everything I have to know what has become of Mr. Hosmer Angel.
Why the haste, Miss Sutherland?
Mr. Hosmer Angel has disappeared, and my father, Mr. Winterbank, will do nothing. It makes me so angry.
Nasıl kusurlu ya?
Mr. Windybank is your stepfather, surely, since the name is different?
Indeed, I call him father, although he is barely older than myself.
And your mother is alive?
Oh, yes, although I wasn't best pleased when she married again, and so soon after father's death, and to a man so much younger than herself.
What is your connection with Mr. Hosmer Angel?
I met him at the gasfitters' ball. Mr. Winterbank did not wish for me and Mother to attend. He never did wish us to go anywhere, but this time I was quite set on it. Fortunately, he left for France upon some business, and so didn't have any say in it. And I met Mr. Angel that night. We met again after that and would take walks together. But then Father returned, and we could no longer meet.
Why was your stepfather against your going anywhere?
Well, he didn't like anything of that sort. He used to say that a woman should be happy in her own family circle.
Do you have your own income?
I do, from an inheritance. It was left to me by my Uncle Ned in Auckland.
Then you have all that you could wish for, naturally.
Well, I live at home and don't wish to be a burden to my family, so they have the use of the money.
Did Mr. Hosmer Angel make no attempt to see you?
Well, Father was going off again in a week. And Hosmer wrote and said that it would be better for us not to see each other until Father had gone. After that, he stopped writing.
Were you engaged?
Oh yes, Mr. Holmes. Right after the first walk that we took.
Where does Mr. Angel live?
I don't know exactly. I address all of his letters to the Leadenhall Street Post Office for collection.
Yüzüğü değiştirebiliyoruz mu? Değiştiremiyoruz.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about Mr.
He was a
Angel?
very shy man. He would write... I put a missing persons notice in last Saturday's Chronicle. Here's a copy.
Haha, a love letter. Yes, I see. As I anticipated, this validates my deductions perfectly.
What deductions, Mr...
Mr. Wilde, Holmes, tell her.
Genel teori kayıp kişi Bay Holmes aynı zamanda bir gentleman gizemli bir şekilde ortadan kaybolmuştur. 1.70 boylarında iri yapılı soluk tenli ayrıca siyah saçları gür bıyığı var. Renkli gözlükler takıyor olabilir. Son görüldüğünde Bay Angel'ın üzerinde siyah bir ipek frank, siyah bir yelek ve gri haris kumaşından pantolon vardı. Falan filan sokağında bir ofiste çalıştığı biliniyor. Kendisine hakkında herhangi bir bilgi sahipsiniz. Lütfen eşime geçip falan filan falan filan falan filan falan filan falan filan. Neyse zaten canını sıkma maalesef ailem başka inanmıyor. Hiç kimse ondan söylediği için yanında biliyor musun? Bunu fazla.
This is strange. The love letter is typewritten. Good quality paper, quite smooth. Fairly common ink, nothing special. We had a wonderful time together, didn't we, while your father was in France? I'm waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more. Miss Sutherland only met with Hosmer Angel while the stepfather was absent. Hosmer Angel decided not to leave his signature. Let's study this letter more closely. There are some letters with typographical defects. Miss Sutherland, do you have any other letters from Mr. Angel?
Unfortunately not. But I've brought my father's letter from Paris. Here it is.
The stepfather's letter is also typewritten. Quite common paper with a light yellow tint. Fairly common ink, nothing special. I hope that you'll be an obedient girl. Take my advice. Miss Sutherland's stepfather's signature. The stepfather is trying to keep the daughter at home.
Enteresan.
Let's study this letter more closely. There are some letters with typographical defects. Both letters have typographical defects. They merit further attention.
M'de var.
This letter has a defect. It's the same letter with the same defect in both instances. One more letter with a
Öyle
defect.
var.
Another letter match with the same defects. One more letter with a defect. Another letter match with the same defects.
Aynen.
So, based on the specific defects, we could say that these
Ulan
letters
üvey
were
babası mı
composed
yazdı
on the
acaba?
typewriter.
Babası yazmış bariz belli.
I think this case is fairly obvious, don't you, Mr. Holmes?
Kesinlikle ya. Çıkar ilişkisi. Başka bir şey olamaz. Bir sebepten dolayı evet bir tuhaf bir davranış var. Hop yanlış oldu. Dur lan. Babası yalan söylemiş. Yani bir ihtimal. Soruşturmaya devam edeceğim ya. Yani bak o da olabilir.
What else can I tell you?
Thanks to Wilde, my analysis table has been complete.
Onaylıyorum abi.
You should try to let Mr. Hosmer Angel vanish from your memory, as he has done from your life.
Then you don't think I'll see him again?
I fear not.
Then what has happened to him?
Your stepfather married your mother for her money, and also enjoyed the use of your income. But with your personal advantages, it was clear that you would not remain single for long, even with him keeping you at home. He disguised himself and reappeared as Mr. Hosmer Angel. He brought you as far as the church door and then conveniently slipped away. To bring you to this conclusion in such a dramatic manner that it would leave a permanent impression upon your mind. You have been cruelly tricked, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. No, I can't believe it. But we were engaged. Oh, it's horrible to think about. But, thank you for all you have done, Mr. Holmes.
15 dakikada bir vakacım.
Holmes, you could have been more diplomatic.
Kardeşim iş iştir. Yani iş iştir. Sonraki bölümde görüşürüz acılar. Beğenip takip etmeyi falan filan yapmayı unutmayın ha.